Hello everyone, this is Brenda Campbell. I'm an artist, a CZT, certified Zentangle teacher, and I want to welcome you to this video and welcome you to my channel. What we are going to do today in our Mindful Monday video is to find a little bit of time for ourselves to just sit back and get in the moment. Take everything else out of our minds, let it clear up, and just focus on each line as you draw it. If you're just watching me today, just watch me draw the lines, but focus on each mark I make as I make it. Don't worry about the last one. Don't look forward to the next one. Stay in the moment, and we are going to make a piece of art one stroke at a time. We're going to use the Zentangle method of drawing. It's an 8-step method with a little bit of ceremony to it, and it is going to help guide us through our process or through our journey to the end. So, without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and begin with step 1, gratitude and appreciation. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a breathing exercise. We're not going to get crazy. We're just going to take 3 deep breaths, breathing in as fully as you can, and exhaling as slowly as you can, and trying to get every bit of air out before we take our next breath. So, 3 deep breaths, starting now, breathing in and out. And again. And as you exhale, just let all of that tension go. Relax your shoulders. And breathing in again. And out, relaxing your face, relaxing your shoulders. And now just let your breath fall into its natural rhythm, breathing in and out as you will. Just follow it, don't direct it. And take a moment to think of something you're grateful for. And whatever that first thing is that popped into your mind, grab it and focus on it and feel into that gratitude. How does that feel? And I want you to remember that feeling as we draw our tile today. If you get a little frustrated with any lines going off on their own, it's all good, no mistakes. Just stop yourself and take a deep breath. And remember that gratitude, that feeling. And then begin to draw again. So that's really all there is for step 1. I feel better. I hope you do as well. Just remember to breathe as we practice today. So step 2, I'm going to need my pencil, and I'm going to put a dot in each of the corners of my tile. Step 3 is a border. So we're going to connect those dots to make a border. And step 4 is a string. Our string today consists of a band and a triangle. The triangle goes behind the band. I'm done with my pencil. I have created my string line for my tangles. I am going to use my Micron 01 Sakura Micron 01 pen, and I am going to begin step 5, the tangles, with the tangle dudah. I'm I'm going to draw that tangle in my band that goes across. So I drew right over my string line to get my first line, and now I'm oring that line. And I'm going to do the next line. And now I'm going to aura that line. Well, that wasn't very good. That's okay, no mistakes. You know, a lot of times something like this, which is kind of a, that's not where I wanted the line to go moment, those will kind of go away when we start adding graphite for shading in step 6, so don't worry about that. Okay, the next step in our tangle dudah, we've got our 2 border lines with auras. The next step is to draw straight lines. I'm going to start in the center with a line that comes down, but not all the way. So I have some space here between my bottom aura and the line I'm drawing. The next line is opposite. So it starts away from the aura line and goes down to touch it there. And I'm just going to continue this alternating line business all the way through the rest of this band. If you want to watch me drawing any of these tangles just by themselves, I'm going to have links to me drawing them in the description below. So if you ever want to just watch me draw some more of a specific tangle, that's where you'll find them. Okay, so that is really all there is to drawing dudah, but I'm going to add something to give it a little bit more interest. And that is everywhere that the line touches the aura line, I'm going to just give it a little triangle, or weighting that line, if you will. This may take me a little while, and I don't know how interesting it is to watch. So I think I'm going to go ahead and skip to the done part. So if you are drawing along, all you need to do is pause the video and pick it back up when you're done. And you draw your little black triangles in and take your time. It's not a race. Okay, I'm back. If you paused, you should be back. I'm finished drawing dudah, although there is one more thing I'm going to use to decorate it. I'm going to add a circle, a black circle on the tip of each one of these. Now, because I don't want this black circle to touch the top, I'm bringing it down from the edge with my circle. Okay, now I'm done with dudah. It's quite bold with all of my dark black, but I like it. So we're going to move on to the second tangle. The second tangle is going to be very simple. It is going to be crescent moon. I haven't done this in a while. I don't know if I've done it on any of my videos yet, but at any rate, we are going to start with a half circle or half moon in the center. And then we're going to fill them in with black. Okay, so it's going to take a little while. I'm going to switch over to my PN pen. My Micron PN has a plastic nib, but it's also a little fatter. So it should make these half circles and crescent moon fill in a little faster. So I'm going to use my PN. If you have a wider nib and you like to use that, that's great. Just go ahead and switch when you're filling in these large areas. So one of the things that is a little bit of a danger if you're going to switch back and forth is remembering to switch back. So I'm back now to my Micron 01 pen to draw the auras around our crescent moon. Okay, so that's 2 extra auras. So now I think I'm going to make some more crescent moon half circles. Switch to my PN pen. Okay, switching again back to my 01 to do some auras. Let's see. So I'll turn it this way. I kind of like to do my auras this way. So you see how I'm kind of making a tier of crescent moons. And once again, back to my 01. Okay, so I've got this tier of crescent moons. This one just has lots of auras. It goes behind our band of dudah. I am going to draw an edge to our crescent moon shape. Just to kind of finish it out here. And some of it goes outside the lines, and I'm fine with that. Now, this kind of looks weird to me, all these auras up here. So I thought it might be fun to do a little bit of decorating on these auras. So I am going to start with some black dots inside one of our auras. Because nobody says you can't do that. Then I think I might just do lines in the second aura. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing on this tier. can do something down here. Let's go ahead and do lines in that one. And then put a dot in the one before it. Okay, nothing too crazy. I think I'm gonna do an aura around this triangle shape. Just because when in doubt, they say you should aura. And I'm thinking that calls for it today. Alrighty. So we have two tangles. We have dudah and we have crescent moon, which we've kind of decorated up a little bit here. And the third tangle is going to be in our background. Now this tangle is going to be a grid tangle, and I'm going to make it a very simple grid tangle. Okay, and I think I'm going to do, I always tend to do them on the diagonal. So that's, we'll start with that. And I'm going to make them fairly large grid spaces. I say fairly large, and then they're not really all that large. That's okay. No mistakes. Okay, so I've got my basic grid, and now I am going to draw floors in the background. Now floors is a challenge for me because in each of these intersections, we're going to draw a solid black square or diamond shape. Now the challenge for me is that I tend to make mine grow. So the first ones tend to be good size, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, I'm drawing these big, huge squares, and it just looks weird. So my challenge today is to try and draw these squares smaller. See, here's one that's already getting bigger, but that's okay. Hopefully I won't have too many of these big ones. So this one got all messed up. That's okay. There are no mistakes, remember? No mistakes. Okay, I think I've got all the squares. This one kind of got messed up, and it's going to be really big if I fix it. So I think I'm going to make a little Bronx cheer. Kind of cover it up. And Bronx cheer is just a little berry type shape. And I'm just drawing some black orbs. With a little sparkle in them to get our shape. You see how it just kind of covered everything up? So that's good use of a Bronx cheer. There, a little bit of viney thing coming off of it. Okay, we're done drawing our tangles. I'm going to put my pen away, pick up my pencil. We're going to do some shading. Now we're going to start our shading with our band, and I'm going to put a pretty heavy amount of graphite on the bottom side underneath this pattern. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a very fine line in the top, not outside but inside. Okay, now I'm going to blend this out, and this should make this band look like it's coming way over top of all of the background tangles. Okay. If you don't like that harsh line, you can keep blending till it softens. I'm going to add a little bit more right here. Where it goes over that triangle band. Okay, so the next tangle we're going to shade is Crescent Moon. Now Crescent Moon, I'm going to add a little bit between each of these black circles. And then I'm going to do the same thing on top, on each grouping, if you will. And we're going to start with that. Okay, I'm starting with that, but I knew I wanted more, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put a little bit there and a little bit here, kind of making these lines in between. Now I'm going to come in here and I am going to draw another line of graphite on top of the aura row that has the dots. So it's going to be yeah, it's not fancy, but I think it'll be fine. Like it's growing on me. Okay, so I want to shade my Bronx cheer, and I want to kind of put a little border around this. So let's start here with the Bronx cheer, and I'm just kind of doing a bunch heavy graphite around the bottom and side. And then I'm going to use my border pencil line to create a bit of a graphite border. And I think I'm done with my shading. Oh, nope, I know what I want to do. I forgot to do shading underneath my triangle, my little triangle shape area. So that stands out from the background. So that's the next thing. Now, these solid squares, that paper with all that ink on it is a little fragile, so be careful as you're blending around those solid black squares because they will tear up a little bit. You don't want that, so just beware. Now, I'm going to try one more thing before I finish this off. I'm going to use my, I'm going to use my Micron pen, my fatter nib pen, and I am going to go over this outside aura line here. And that should actually help it stand out, just making it a little bit darker. And I think I'll do the same thing here underneath my dudah. I really giving it some separation. So that's kind of part of the shading. Now you can even take this to the next level if you want. And everywhere we shaded around our crescent moon, we can darken that line. And that just adds some weight, if you will, to those shading that we're doing. So anywhere you think it would benefit from some added darkness, you can add a little bit more if you want. I think I'm going to kind of widen this just a hair. Okay, I'm going to be done. I'm not going to play with it anymore. I am going to pick up my 01 and move on to step 7. Step 7 is initial and sign. Apparently I'm not happy with this shading here. So I am going to do a really tiny chop today, and I'm going to have it sitting on top of this band right over here. There's my chop. I'm going to flip it over and sign on the back. You can date it on that second line if you like, or on the back of your paper, whatever you're using. And then I'm going to add the names of our tangles. So we started with dudah. Then we added crescent moon. Which we decorated. And then we added floors. And as a bonus, because I did a line I didn't like, a square I didn't like on my floors tangle, we also added a Bronx chair. Okay, that's step 7. The only thing that is left is step 8, which is simply to take one more last look and admire what we've drawn. This kind of looks like a little xylophone to me. Don't know why, but I always look for things that I can recognize in these abstract patterns that aren't supposed to look like things. But this was a fun little tile. I hope you drew along. I hope you enjoyed it, and I want to thank you if you're still hanging out here with me. I appreciate every single one of you watching. I hope this gave you some mindfulness. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Until next time, be you and be happy.